Hello and welcome to World in 5. Zimbabwe will now review fuel prices weekly to ensure consistent supplies. Previously, fuel prices were reviewed once every month. This week alone, fuel prices have been increased twice and taxes are contributing to the high prices. Many have been asking if this is not the time to reduce tax on fuel to cushion consumers. Fuel taxes in Zimbabwe constitute 30% of the pump price, a fee that players in the petroleum industry feel is too high. As at January 2022, duty accounted for 30 US cents for every liter of fuel imported via pipeline, 35 US cents per liter for fuel imported through road haulage. The Zenara Road levy is entitled 6 US cents per liter. Carbon tax accounts for 4 cents per liter, while the strategic reserve levy is pegged at 9 US cents per liter of petrol and 13 US cents for a liter of diesel. This brings the total taxation to 49 US cents per liter consumed locally. Energy and Power Development Minister Ztn says a decision will be made in due course.
The issue of levies and taxes are determined through an Act of Parliament, and that is administered by the Minister of Finance. So at this point in time, I wouldn't say something has to happen, but as long as this call continues to be putting pressure on us, the government is very responsible. If there is anything that the government can do, obviously such interventions can be considered.
Meanwhile, labor experts say employers should look at the possibility of cutting down the working week in light of the increase in fuel prices, which will see commuting costs go up. Labor expert Nicholas Nimba says, like with the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns, working from home is an option to consider.
So basically, the business can opt to cut working week, which is one of the avenues maybe to reduce the movement of employees to and from work, which then reduced maybe transport allowances from the remuneration point of view. But basically, we have seen this during the COVID-19 pandemic, where the employees have been able to work from home in some circumstances.
The Harare City Council says it will now charge defaulting ratepayers in United States dollars as it seeks to ring-fence its revenue inflows against inflationary pressures. The local authority is owed over 17 billion Zimbabwe dollars in unpaid rates. On Wednesday, the local authority said it was issuing 100,000 summons to defaulting residents, urging those in huge arrears to negotiate payment plans. Council spokesperson Michael Chideme said debt collectors will be sent to those who ignore the call.
The various customers of Harare City Council or the city in excess of 17 billion. This money has been accumulating over a period. So Council is now saying if your debt is over 6 months, then you will have no choice but to charge you at the interbank rate, and then you pay in US dollars.
Harare Residence Trust Director Precious Shumba believes the local authority does not have any grounds to sue residents after failing to provide services.
Issuing summons is a way of trying to intimidate ratepayers, and the HRT is ready, and we are mobilizing residents to massively resist this attempt by the city to continuously threaten and abuse ratepayers. It is time that the city of Harare listens to the voice of citizens and stop with threats and stop with this corruption that has taken root in the affairs and governance of the city.
Efforts to end tuberculosis by 2035 in Zimbabwe's second largest city, Bulawayo, have suffered a setback due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking during a TB community dialogue yesterday, the city's health director, Dr. Edwin Sibanda, said deaths due to the disease remain the highest in the country at between 13 and 16% over the past 5 years.
In line with the NTP strategy from the WHO, World Health Organization, that is will end TB by 2035, while is to want to end HIV by 2030, and along the way we've got some milestones and as well as some pillars on which this is based. And on pillar 1, there is early diagnosis.
The principal of a KZN school in South Africa has been placed on precautionary suspension after she allegedly called learners monkeys. The all-girls school principal is being accused of racial discrimination. And that's all we have for you. Thanks for watching.